welcome to the show. I'm DC, your host of Barside Jive Live, and today is Tuesday, August 13th, and we are live. I'm so glad you guys chose to hang out with us this evening. We're going to have a great time. This is my Tuesday show that we do every Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time at the cool Vokal Media Studios in the beautiful city of Dallas. Actually, we're going to be moving very soon, I hear, like in a week or two. We'll be moving up north of 635 and west of the toll road. So our studio will be changing locations. This show, again, happens at 7:30 p.m. every Tuesday, and we feature the best cover and tribute bands in the country. But sometimes we decide at the last minute just to change stuff around, and this is one of those nights. But you can now download my shows on iTunes, Stitcher, and TuneIn, as well as other platforms. If you are listening to this show as a podcast, all you have to do is go to vocalnow.com, and that's vocal with a
K.
Absolutely it is. And go to the Vocal Live image. You can click right in and watch us live tonight. Or you can watch after the fact in the entertainment area on Vocal. Or you can also go to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Barside Jive Live. This show is sponsored by
The Zoo.
On Vocal.
The world's best rock, and can be streamed 24/7, 365 without all those freaking commercials. Oh, yes. And, guys, I have... Hush, Bre. I have news. I do have news. Right, Jay?
I thought you were going to say more.
Whoosh, bum, 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 bum.
Breaking news.
These guys here are always screwing with me. But that's okay, because I do love you, Jay. So my first story right out of the hopper is Facebook removes spoof event page for violating community standards. I think I've seen that once or twice. The Humorous Storm Area 51 event page on Facebook that went viral several weeks ago was removed by Facebook on August 3rd, 2019 for violating their community standards. The spoof event page had attracted massive media attention and was featured in news outlets around the world, including ours here at Barside Jive Live. Before the page was removed, approximately 2 million people, let me say it again, 2 million people had clicked on the page tab saying that they would attend the event. While the page was originally meant as a prank, it specified a date for the phony event, and that may have compelled some people and media outlets to visit the area simply out of curiosity. Reporter Daniel Van Boom of CNET.com spoke with the man who started the Facebook event page. In quotes, "I never got any reason behind the event being removed," said Matthew Roberts, the originator of the Facebook event page. "I created a sister event which amassed about 15,000 people before taken down for no reason at all." Well, I know the reason, Matthew, if you don't. The posting of the event removal notice from Facebook by its originator, Matthew Roberts, led to a somewhat predictable litany of memes across social media, and many of them were quite humorous, I might add. Business owners and law enforcement in the area warned against the event in conversations with law enforcement officials in the area and with local business owners, including a tour company that takes visitors on a drive around the non-secure public areas of the surrounding Area 51. Oh, this is really boring. Concerns among the few residents and employees in the remote region included the spoof event evolving into a kind of Burning Man festival that attracted large crowds to celebrate and explore the secret lore of the area, Area 51. Vloggers and attention seekers are already showing up at Area 51 waiting to produce the next viral videos. Many have already been removed from YouTube. Concerns about people visiting the region were apparently valid, as a number of user-generated videos have surfaced on YouTube by vloggers hoping to capitalize on the attention the story has generated. Some of the early videos have already disappeared from YouTube, whether removed by the video hosting website itself or taken down by the original poster, or could it have been like a alien abduction?
That's what I'm going to go with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why not?
Could have been an alien abduction. It could have been a Facebook post abduction by aliens.
Or you can just go to Facebook jail. I've got a lot of friends there.
Yeah. Woo! I've been
I
there.
just got out.
Did you? I've been there. I think we've all been there. Okay, guys, so how about some new music news? On this day in rock history, Jefferson Airplane took off in 1965, serving as the first band to play at the Matrix, a former San Francisco pizza parlor that frontman Marty Balin had converted into a music club. Woodstock 94 was held to commemorate the 25th anniversary of the original Woodstock Festival of 1969. It was promoted as 2 more days of peace and music. The concert was scheduled for Saturday and Sunday, August 13th and 14th, with a third day, Friday, August 12th, added later. Tickets to the festival cost $135 each. The weather was rainy that weekend, and by Saturday, much of the field had turned into mud, hence the event being termed Mudstock. The event took place on Winston Farm, about 70 miles northeast of the original 1969 festival site. Though only 164,000 tickets were sold, the crowd at Woodstock 94 was estimated at 550,000, a little bit bigger than what they were expecting. So the event policies and logistically were unenforceable, so security there just went to hell. They couldn't control nothing. So some of the artists performing the event were Country Joe McDonald, the Allman Brothers, had a hair in my mouth, Bob Dylan, Peter Gabriel, Santana, Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, Joe Cocker, Blind Melon, the Cranberries, Melissa Etheridge, 9 Inch Nails, Metallica, Aerosmith, Collective Soul, Green Day, and on and on and on and on they went. Great lineup. Well, there were some notable events of the day. So Jackal took the stage early on Friday. Lead singer Jesse James Dupree took the stage with a bottle of whiskey in hand and poured alcohol onto the crowd. He then started smoking pot, and on a close-up, he shotgunned the joint into the camera with copious amounts of smoke filling the screens and the stage. At this point, the crowd roared, and within a few minutes, the entire crowd was drinking and partying very, very hard. The lead singer then lit a stool on fire in the center of the stage and started using a chainsaw to cut it up. He also pulled out a rifle and started shooting it in the air, but in the process, cut his hand or his finger. We're not sure, but it started bleeding heavily, and as he wiped his forehead, a streak of blood was left across his head. At this point, security dragged him off the stage. Jackal turned into one of the most acclaimed performances at the festival, and the resulting double album, Woodstock 94, went platinum.
Didn't he get naked at that show?
I don't know. I didn't see that.
Why not add that to the story?
Might as well.
I think
and
he got naked.
And he got naked.
Yeah, why not?
And he got naked. Headed for Destruction, a track from Push Comes to Shove. Aphex Twins performance was cut short when promoters disconnected him mid-show for signing a fake name on a contract, which would forfeit Polygram's rights to his performance. Wow. And then there were more notable events. Day 2, Blind Melon. You know who Blind Lemon was.
I think
right?
he got naked.
He got naked.
Somebody got naked at Woodstock. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, a lot of people.
Everyone who didn't have an
But not
official
me.
ticket.
Yeah. Yeah. $135 is all it cost. Okay, so Blind Melon frontman Shannon Hoon played Woodstock in his girlfriend's dress while tripping on LSD.
So she was naked.
Yeah, on LSD too. 9 Inch Nails had the largest crowd of the event, overshadowing many of the other performers. Just before going on stage, they wrestled each other in the mud and then went to perform completely wet and covered in mud. In the interview after their performance, 9 Inch Nails frontman Trent Reznor claimed he thought his band's performance was terrible due to technical difficulties, of course, on stage. Reznor admitted that while he disliked playing at such a large show, it was done just for the money.
He's never happy. He's just a sad, angry guy.
Just all about the money. To be quite frank, it's basically to offset the cost of the tour we're doing right now, he said. Their performance of Happiness and Slavery at the festival won the Grammy Award for Best Metal Performance in 1996. Guys, Aerosmith's Joey Kramer, Joe Perry, and Steven Tyler were all at the original Woodstock Festival in '69. Aerosmith performed around 3 to 4 a.m. right after an extensive fireworks display from Metallica. Tyler said on the liner notes for the album during their set, "It rained like a cow pissing on a flat rock." That sounds pretty cool. During Promise's performance of the song My Name is Mud, the audience responded by pelting the band with mud, which singer-bassist Les Claypool ended by informing the crowd that, you know, when you throw things on stage, it's a sign of small and insignificant genitalia. Claypool claims that he still has mud in his bass cabinets as late as 2014. That festival was followed by Woodstock 1999, and that'll take us to another day in rock history. But ladies and gentlemen, that is rock and roll. Leonard Skinner on this day issued their celebrated first album on today's date, and it came with a handy pronunciation guide for a band name that seemed to trip up a few fans back then. Leonard Skinner. Iron Butterfly went through a metamorphosis, while Iron Maiden issued their fourth chart-topping UK smash, The Final Frontier, following 92's Fear of the Dark. Todd Rundgren tied up and robbed of his sound equipment in his home in 1980. Of course, they said they were looking for drugs. Sting kicks off his first solo tour in 1985. And in 1999, Detroit Rock City ends Kiss's 90s era reunion. And so that's the news. It is over.
I just love how all that at Woodstock is pretty much normal today.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's funny how really nobody cares anymore.
Times change. Yeah. Times change. So, gosh, is it time for you?
That's up to you.
Who is this sitting next to me?
Let me introduce her properly.
Introduced us.
Let me introduce
I'm
you.
not sure who I am either.
Let me. Oh, we know who you are.
Okay.
I know who you are.
I am the walrus. Maybe not.
You are. You are the walrus. Okay, let's see, Bre. I've got you somewhere. Here we go. There you go, Jay.
Yeah, Jay.
Tipsy Gypsy.
I should be body keep falling free and free for this.
What a great tune.
I've got a question. Are we having cake? Is that cake?
No.
This
That's
is
not cake.
No cake.
Oh God.
Okay.
I thought that was cake.
If you didn't bring something to eat, we ain't eating.
Oh man.
We just don't.
My
have-
eyes are bad. I'll have my glasses on.
We need a green room with all the hors d'oeuvres and
I thought we were having green cake.
snacks.
Green lime cake.
Oh man, I hate to disappoint you.
What is that?
It's just a box.
Oh.
The box.
It's just a box. Hey, Bre,
Hi.
How are you?
I'm great.
Good. Welcome
Yeah,
back.
Thanks.
Yeah, we love having you.
Yeah, well, thanks for always having me.
Absolutely. What you got for us today, Bre?
Well,
It's not cake.
it's not cake.
no cake.
I'm going to
Poor
see
Michael.
if I can do this on camera. So I had this lovely box show up to my house from Founders Brewery in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Wow.
They sent us some goodies. So
All
I
right.
figured we would enjoy them on the show together because
All right.
Well, we are having cake then.
it is not cake. However, it
Came
did
from a
it did
brewery.
come with a key
not-
lime pie recipe inside. So,
Close enough.
so if
No
you guys
tacos either.
no, so I got this.
It is Tuesday.
I got this lovely box of their. I can't even see, guys. So we
Looky
got
there.
yeah. So
Gift box all the way
gift
from
box,
Michigan.
all the way from Michigan. So let's see if we can pop these bad boys open.
Is there any brie in there? Brie?
There is not, even though I'm like a huge cheese person. I wish. That's probably
Michael's hungry. Taco Casa after the show.
You know it.
Which direction do you go? North?
Uh,
West?
East.
Oh, you go.
I
Oh,
always
east.
go east.
You go through Dallas, through downtown, and
I will tonight.
oh, that sucks. I go the opposite direction. I go west. No Taco Casa for us. I'm sorry, Bre.
no.
I always take over Bre's segment.
It's okay. It's as long as it's about food, we're okay.
I am in a Taco Casa mood now that he brought it up.
The last time you did this was with Travis Austin talking about the taco place.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'll have to stop now.
You can go to Burger King for a taco now.
Oh, I bet they're not as good as Taco Casa.
Now they also got a veggie burger.
Do they really?
That's really going to go over well.
I'm not doing a veggie burger.
They're desperate.
Yeah, I guess so. They're trying to reach everyone.
Oh.
Something for everybody at Burger King. Anyway, Bre, go ahead.
Well, okay. Well, I saved this for you because I know you're like a tequila mezcal guy.
Right.
So basically, this Founders Brewery is doing a barrel aged series, and this is their third beer in the series, and it is made using tequila barrels.
Oh, now we're
Yes.
talking.
Right. So this is their Mas Agave Goza. This is yours.
Now we're aging some tequila.
And it's been chilled, you know.
Wow.
Gotta
Mas Agave.
Mas Agave. So let's tell you what they say about it. This would be their third release in the
Wow.
series. Is it good?
That's tasty.
I haven't tasted it yet.
That's tasty.
But the brewer there he said that he was fortunate enough to have access to different types of woods outside of their usual bourbon barrels. So he was inspired to think outside of the traditional beer flavors and more along the lines of flavor profiles that you might find in a cocktail. So he sourced tequila barrels and brewed an imperial goza with lime and agave inspired by the margarita. I know this is upside down.
I found a new sponsor for our show.
Right?
No kidding.
So if you look on the bottle, the Mas Agave label art was inspired by Day of the Dead imagery, specifically
It's good.
the elaborate altars built to honor deceased loved ones. The marigolds play heavily in the altars, as it is said that the scent attracts the spirits, and the monarch butterfly is representative of the travel ancestors make to reach their loved ones during the holiday.
Wow.
So this is actually available across 48 states. They are doing 4 packs of the 12-ounce bottles, and then also have a 750, which is a big bottle. That's like your typical liquor size bottle.
Yeah.
But yeah, I figured I
Wow.
would enjoy it with you. And
Yes.
Oh, don't mind
Okay.
me. It's okay. I got water.
Sorry,
I don't drink.
Sorry, Michael. Yeah, I know. Well, you got to blow before you can drive, so.
that is really good. I approve, guys.
Mm,
It literally tastes like a beerita,
it does.
but you have more of that like that beer side, so it's not super
Wow,
sweet,
I like
but
this. Moss Agave.
So yes, according to them, in September they're going to be releasing their next barrel aged series brew, which we don't know what that is yet. But yeah, if you guys want to check it out, you can go to Founders Brewing. Thanks, guys, for sending us the goodies. I appreciate it, and I know DC does too. But
Pass this down to Michael, would you?
Oh, I'm getting a drink?
Yeah, you get a drink.
All right. Now, do you want my honest opinion? Or
No, we don't
No?
want your opinion.
you don't want my opinion?
No, we don't like
that's
our
a
guests.
completely
having
different
feel-
drink.
We just want our guests to play and shut up.
It's
We-
great. Hold on. I'm going to
Just
give
don't
I'm
wet
gonna,
the-
hold on.
Just don't wet the canvas.
First, I'm going to smell
Oh, did
it.
that's a punch. that's
did I tell you, by the way, you're supposed to like draw or sign on the canvas on my artwork here?
Yeah, I'm going to write something on there.
Okay.
Something very memorable.
Okay.
So, in the art of people sending us free stuff to try, which again, thanks everybody for doing that.
Yes, thank you very much.
I taste crab meat
I'm
in here.
appreciating
Is
it.
crab meat in here? Because that's what I taste. Maybe it's just, I'm very hungry right now.
But in that spirit, I want to talk about a trend going on in the liquor, booze, beer world. And I don't know if you've ever done this before.
I don't know. Ask me.
Here we go. my weekly question for DC.
Okay, here we go.
Have you ever had booze delivered to you?
Never.
Never?
That's illegal, isn't it?
Never.
It is not.
It's not?
In some states you can't, so look up your local jurisdictions. But here in Texas, it is starting to become more popular, especially like in the Dallas area, that you can have like a 1 or 2 hour delivery window and just order booze online and they deliver it to your house. I guess with like how things are today, I'm a huge like Amazon Prime person. I hate people. I don't like going to the store. So
Right.
everything I have delivered. So this is like a big deal taking over. I know like Amazon themselves are in over like a dozen major cities and have connections for alcohol delivery.
Right.
But that brings me to a special Tipsy Gypsy offer for you guys.
I love offers.
I know. Our awesome friends at wink.com
Wink.
has partnered with me. And this is actually like a really cool service. If you guys are even experienced in wine or brand new to wine, this is a wine delivery service. You can go on there and do like a taste quiz based off of your palate, and they'll suggest wines for you, or you can completely customize a box. They've got red, whites, rosés, sparklings, and just launched a whole bunch of ciders, so getting ready for fall. But basically, you can go on there. You can use my Tipsy Gypsy link that I have, and what it will do is it'll get you $22 off your first order plus free shipping. I don't know what you're doing over there, but it'll be $22 off plus free shipping, so that gets you 4 bottles. Do you want that? Get you 4 bottles of wine for only $39. So less than $10 a bottle. It's great for you guys to try different things. He's like, what is it in Adam's Family? Like,
Thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, what is the Tipsy Gypsy? I'm kind of lost.
It's her. It's Bre Akers.
It's me.
Bre Akers
She is the
place to be.
She is the Tipsy Gypsy.
It's like a cocktail blog. People send us free
Oh,
stuff.
very
so,
cool, very
yeah.
cool.
So on Tuesdays, God, this is creepy. On Tuesdays, we're talking about beer, wine, and different industry trends. But if you guys are interested in the wine offer, you can go to itsthetipsygypsy.com and click the links page. It'll be on there, and it'll say wink $39 for 4 bottles. Or if you follow me on Instagram at itsthetipsygypsy, if you click the link in my bio there, it'll also get you to the same page for you guys to get that special offer. God, sometimes I just don't get paid enough to be here.
So are you doing this just for the booze, the free booze?
No, we're educating the public.
Oh, okay. Is that what we're calling
This is This is
educating?
an educational platform.
Yeah,
We educate the public here.
that's good.
But yes, so On that note, I have 2 events for y'all to check out this week.
Awesome. I love events.
Yes.
I've got events.
All the events. All the
Stand by.
events. So these are my 2 top picks for y'all to check out this week. Thursday, while you're streaming our show.
That's right.
That's
Our
right.
Thursday show.
Because this is from 6 to 10 p.m. So while you guys are sitting on patios and listening to us
Right.
at at Trinity Groves, which if you guys are in the Dallas area, it's an awesome place with a ton of restaurants and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But from 6 to 10 p.m., they are doing a trip around the world, and it's basically you can go from restaurant to restaurant with this participation ticket and get discounts on food and drinks inspired by different places in the world.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's really cool. You got anything from local stuff that people are like designating as Texas to Mexico, Morocco, Italy, Germany. So you're literally going around the world, and you're only getting these deals if you sign up for the event. You can find it on Eventbrite or Dallas Sites 101.
Very cool.
And then Saturday, August 17th, this has been a huge buildup on social media, so I figured I'd let y'all.
I love huge build-ups.
Yes. Are you a pickle fan?
I love pickles.
Okay, well then this is your event.
I'll tell you, I love pickle shots.
Perfect. This is
Pickle
your
shots
this is
are
your
like-
event.
Oh, my God. Dill pickle juice and vodka or tequila, and you know the
Keeps you
juice is
hydrated,
great,
yeah.
but the pickle, eating the pickle that's been saturated. Oh, my God.
Buddy Blaze, from Buddy Blaze Guitar, he likes a drink. He gave me a drink one time that had pickle juice.
Pickle
it was,
shot.
It was enlightening.
Oh
It
yeah.
woke me up.
Oh yeah. It's good stuff, man.
Lots of electrolytes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, Bree,
Well, then this is your event. Okay.
here's your segment back.
I get used to it. It's okay. So, Martin House Brewing Company in Fort Worth has paired up with Best Made Pickles, and they are launching a Best Made sour pickle beer. But
Oh, wow.
it gets better. So if you're into sour beers, this is like probably your thing, or if you love pickles.
Right.
But not only are you going to be able to get the sour pickle beer, but Best Made actually created a special pickle called the Salty Lady Beer Pickle, because Martin House has the Salty Lady beer. So they're actually debuting a new pickle at the event.
You know, I think I saw or read something about this pickle beer recently on Facebook.
Yeah. It's
you did.
Right?
Oh, I saw it too.
okay. Well, see?
Usually I don't see stuff until she tells me about it. Then I'll go, damn, Bree tells me about it. Now it's on Facebook. But this time it worked in reverse. I saw that, and now you.
I think I liked it or licked it. One or the other.
I think you only liked it.
But it gets even better, guys.
Okay.
They're having a pickle beer wall and actually releasing 5 pickle beers on tap. So you're going to have an extreme sour, an extreme hot, a Bloody Mary, a jalapeno bread and butter, and a sea salt hamburger chip beer.
Oh, we got to go.
I'm getting
We got to
hungry.
go. I'm going. When is it?
It is
Saturday.
Saturday, August 17th.
This coming Saturday?
Yep, and tickets are only $12.
Wow.
So
Will you drive me since I can't hardly see?
I'll call you.
Will you and your man pick me up?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sad.
I'm sorry.
Sad,
it's
sad,
bad.
sad.
The 23rd is my due date. Okay.
That's also why I have to read out events, guys, because he can't read them.
I can't see. I'm totally working in the blind here.
But yes, that's all I have for y'all. So make sure to follow me on Instagram at It's the Tipsy Gypsy, or you can go to itsthetipsygypsy.com. If you've got free shit to send us that you want to talk about, you can hit me up via the contact page on the website, or slide into my DMs on Instagram. That's probably the easiest way. So, yeah.
Wow.
She breathes the bomb. So you guys.
Hey, I've got some Tipsy
support her page
Gypsy information.
at It's the Tipsy Gypsy.
Yeah.
And before we go, before I ask Michael what his deal is, Mas Agave founders, like, guys, this stuff is really good. Great flavor. I'm totally digging it. I want more.
There you go.
Okay.
Is that what I'm drinking here?
No.
No,
Oh.
no, we didn't. We didn't. We
know
don't
what the
give
hell
you,
this is.
We don't give you the premium stuff. We give you the watered down. Oh shit!
I'm swear there's some crab meat in here. I'm pretty sure.
It's like Steven Tyler said, "You want the new shit or you want the old shit?" Well, you got the old shit. Okay. All right, guys. We got art. Oh, Bre, was that it?
Yeah, that's cool. We're good.
Wow,
Hey.
cool intro.
Well, thank you.
was
Hey,
cool.
Jay.
Yo,
Hey, where did my files go?
that was your file. You just played it.
No. And it says like minimize, might close, always on top.
Oh yeah.
That's
did
kinda-
you right?
I've
click
heard
it?
that
That's
song.
kind of suggestive.
I saw that
no,
movie
I don't.
last
I didn't
night.
click. I don't know what's going on, but everything's disappearing.
That's what she said.
Okay, well we'll just move on. Okay, it's all fucked up. Okay, so
What drink are you on?
We're drinking
I've just
trash
had a couple.
can
I've just had a
punch here.
couple of the trash can punches. Yeah, and about half of the moss. Why does it matter, Jay? You're in charge of this technical stuff. Don't be asking me questions. Okay, Jay. Jay, thanks for your help. Okay, so my artist tonight is my good friend Michael Javier. He is a photographer and a videographer and editor-in-chief of Jam Magazine. And he's just a really cool guy and a good friend, and I really appreciate the fact he is here. He did tell me that Jam Magazine is celebrating its 40th anniversary this September 9th, just around the corner, guys. That's pretty freaking huge. He has been shooting for Jam Magazine since April of 1986, when I was just a mere child. He became photo editor in 98 and now is editor-in-chief and owner, along with Barry Bond, his Jam partner. He is no stranger to the green room, backstage, or the pit. So let's welcome Michael Javier to the show.
Woo-woo.
Yeah.
Is that it?
That's it, brother.
I got one fan.
Did you want me to add a little bit to it?
I thought it was going to be like,
Some
balloons
applause?
and confetti.
No,
naked
not,
women.
Not here, brother. Not here. That's about as good as it gets.
Oh, that's good. That's all I need.
It's that's the basic bro level.
I love it.
If you're anything but a basic bro, you get a little more. But so what's going on, Michael?
Oh, not much. Just living. I'm a below average guy living an above average life.
Yeah.
That's how I put. That's my motto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we all fit.
How
that.
did I get here? I have no clue.
Yeah, me either. I know how you got here though. I reached out. I messaged you.
Actually, this is how I got here. I took a picture of Ted Nugent on his Little Miss Dangerous tour, April of '86. He brought, at the very end of the show, he brings up a girl on stage from the audience. That looked like from the audience. I mean, he literally brought her over the barricade
Yeah.
and took her clothes off. And so here she is, this beautiful girl standing there with just a G-string and high heels. And then Ted picks her up and puts her on the drum riser and gets on top of her and acts like he's, fornicating her.
Right.
And of course, I'm there, at the very end of the show with like 2 or 3 frames in my Nikon shooting out of the audience illegally. But so I took a couple of shots and, when I got back home and I processed the film and everything, and so, wow, I got a couple of good photos here. Well, the word got around that happened, and then the editor of Jam at that time, David Huff, somehow he found my number. Someone told him that I, was there, and then I took pictures, and they wanted to use that photo. So that's my first published photo in
Wow.
Jam. I still have it, by the way. Turns out it was Ted Nugent's girlfriend at the time, some Norwegian
okay.
girl. But it
Yeah.
looked good. It looked, like she came right out of the audience and
Yeah.
he just had her way, which is
Right.
totally Ted Nugent.
Totally. Yeah.
But that was my first published photo in Jam.
Wow. It's interesting how things happen in your life that change your direction.
Yeah, yeah. And another one of my earlier photos as well in '86 was another one of Stevie Nicks, and my editor, who was very, very, let's say, told it like it is. He wrote an interview or an article on Stevie Nicks and called her the fat Stevie Nicks of '86. Well, that got very, disturbed. Not happy conversation from her publicist, and said, you better retract that, because he basically wrote how she was on drugs and alcohol and was pretty much on, downward spiral.
Right.
And, well, anyway, he didn't retract it. He just doubled down on it, because that's kind of the way he was on his next article. But those are the images that were used. My photos of Stevie Nicks were used in that article, so that was kind of a weird thing. But what was so good about that, and it was kind of crazy, because years later, David Huff ran into somebody backstage. His name came up, Jam came up, and it turns out this guy who was there, who was meeting Dave for the first time, said, you wrote that article about Stevie Nicks in '86, and a couple of years later, it was because of that article she changed her ways, because that article was fixing to get picked up by the AP. And
wow,
they talked her into going into rehab and changing her life. So, hey, it turned out to be good, and I was part of it, so.
You might have been the catalyst.
You're welcome, Stevie.
Yeah, you were the catalyst.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you never know.
Yeah, you never know.
So it's cool. I never had heard that story. Kind of how you got the attention of Jam, back early on. So give us a little bit more of the history of your relationship with that magazine.
Well, it's kind of a love-hate relationship, especially back in the early days. I was, the new guy on the team, and all these other photographers that have been shooting since '79. Barry Bond, who's one of the owners, and nothing against them, they're great guys, but it was like I always got the leftovers. It's like, should I say, when it came to a photo pass, legally shooting, but that didn't stop me. I still was in the audience shooting the shows, because God damn it, I was going to shoot, whether like I did before Jam got involved, but yeah, it was cool. It was kind of different getting escorted into the barricade and getting to shoot the first 3 songs. And I thought that was
legally.
Yeah, kind of cute.
Yeah.
But shooting out of the audience, that's where the thrill is. When you have to get security to help you and watch band security, and it's more thrilling when you get away with something.
Yeah, it's more challenging.
Yeah, it's more challenging.
Yeah.
It's more of a sport type of a deal rather than here you go, 3 songs, now you're out. As we all know, everything happens later on in the show, especially towards the end. So, yeah, some of my best work was probably shooting out of the audience at the very end. And in that process, I've gotten, hassled by managers, by security, by bands themselves. So, it's all a give and take, and just part of the ride of me shooting for the last 30, 35 years.
Right. Over all those years, I know you've met countless, celebrity rockers, the guys that made it, Can you give us an idea of some of those that you've?
Well, it's really hard to think, like, who's the favorite, who's your best, who was this, who was that. It's hard to say. Some of the memorable ones, the ones who were cool to me, and I've had that.
So they weren't all cool to you?
No, but they're just people. It's just a moment of their time,
right.
and to me or to a fan, it's a lifetime. When they meet Steven Tyler or James Hetfield or whoever, sometimes it's more memorable because of the situation. But one time I remember, I think it was '92, backstage at Reunion after the Metallica show. Everything was cool. We're all hanging out. The band was back there, and I had my little 50 millimeter lens and taking pictures of James Hetfield, and everybody was, having fun. And then all of a sudden, James came up to me and goes, "Hey man, no more pictures." And I kind of looked at him. I said, "Oh, okay." So, I thought he meant no more pictures of him, because people kept asking me to take pictures. I was the only photographer back then. This is before cell phones. And then all of a sudden, I'm there hanging out with Lars and, my wife and the lady from Hard to Beat, Linda Holler. And Lars says, "Hey, let's get some photos," So I started taking pictures of them. And then all of a sudden, James Hetfield, whatever his name, comes up to me and says, "Hey, man, I told you no more pictures." And he's literally poking me in the chest. And I thought, well, okay, I thought no more pictures of him, but he meant no more pictures, period. So now I'm like going, oh, okay. So now I got it, right? I mean,
Right.
sometimes it takes that.
Right.
And so here I am standing in front of Lars with my friends, and he's wanting pictures, and he's going, come on, man, take some more pictures. And I said, no, James said no more pictures. So Lars looks at me and goes, fuck James. Don't be a pussy. Take some pictures. And I'm like sitting there between Lars and...
Yeah, but he didn't have his chest caved in.
Right. And I'm looking at James from a distance about, from me to you,
Yeah.
and he's giving me that James eyebrow raised look like, you better not take any more pictures, dude. And here's Lars going, come on, don't be a pussy. Don't be a pussy. And so now I'm taking pictures like this, from my chest, because I wanted to get the shot, but I didn't want to upset James. Because, when you're backstage, you're in their house, so they can. Right. So those are the not necessarily the good times of, that I remember. But yeah, there have been times like that where you kind of, get put in those positions where they kind of embarrass you. Right. You kind of just take it, for whatever it is.
Right. Out of all the concerts you've covered, what's one of the funniest moments you've experienced when you were in the pit?
Oh man,
up on stage. I mean, I know there's some that stand out.
There's so many. I mean, I've probably shot over 3,500 shows, 4,000. I've lost track. Wow. I mean, it's been that many, and we're talking local as well as national. And
yeah,
the craziest moments is when something crazy happens. Usually, you walk in 3 songs and you're out. That's pretty typical night. But then there's, for instance, Slayer, 86, 87, the barricade broke. So here I am inside the barricade, and a Slayer show is not very calm. Mm-mm. So now the barricade's breaking and people are coming, pushing me. So what did I do? I jumped on top of the stage, and here I am kneeling in front of Tom Araya while he's playing, because he's still playing. And in the corner of his eye, he could see me literally 2 feet from him now, and I'm still taking pictures because, fuck it, I'm going to take my shots.
Right.
I'm going to do what I got to do until someone says don't do it. And, after about 2 or 3 minutes, probably shorter, some guy came and grabbed me and just, threw me on the side of the stage. It happened also at a Faith No More concert at Deep Ellum Live. The stage broke. Mm. Moments like that when something happens, that's not usual. I remember in 91, Mother's Milk tour for Red Hot Chili Peppers at the Bronco Bowl. It was so chaotic that they kept stopping the show, and the cops kept coming on stage talking to the band, saying, hey, if you don't do this, if you don't do that, tell them this, tell them that. And I'm literally on stage with them taking pictures, close-up shots of Flea talking to the Dallas police. Mm. So moments like that are the ones that I remember. As far as funny, there are a lot of stupid and funny things that happen at shows that fans do, usually because they're drunk. And, of course, if I have my camera, I'm going to take a picture because that's what it's all about, capturing the moment. Right. You would mention Sting played his first tour in 85. Well, I was at the Dallas show when he played at Reunion Arena, and there was this girl on the front row, and from what I remember, she was kind of attractive, wearing a black dress, and she kept showing her boobs, which was, kind of cool. And all the guys would get, go, ooh, yeah, and all the girls, boo, typical. Yeah. And, well, when he came out for his encore for Roxanne, she just stood on a chair and let her dress drop. And she was standing there with nothing but high heels on. And he's playing, and obviously he doesn't see. And then he started singing, and he realized this girl's standing in front of him butt naked. And he just stopped and said, I can't do this, and literally walked off. And by now the Dallas cops came and grabbed her and walked her away. Unfortunately for me, I was too far back. I didn't get a picture of it because I would have took a picture. That's something that
you don't miss very many.
No. You definitely want those moments because you always regret it later. It's like, damn, I should have had a picture.
Right.
So.
Yeah. Wow.
Are those funny moments? I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, they're interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. You've seen a lot of stuff, Michael. I know.
Yeah, and a lot of times, I don't remember. Somebody has to bring it up. So someone has to go, hey, Michael, remember when you did this or we did that? And then I have to think about it. I go, yeah, I remember that. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I'm the same way. At this point, it's like I don't remember, but if someone mentions it, I'll go, "Oh yeah, I remember I did that. Yeah, I did, didn't I?" Yeah. But for people that don't know about Jam Magazine, I'm sure there's a few out there. Talk about what Jam Magazine is, what you guys do.
Well, Jam was started out of Oklahoma. David Huff and Vernon Gowdy, who's our famous senior photographer, there towards the end of their college year in 1979, they started saying, well, what the hell are we going to do with our lives,
Mm-hmm.
And so they were always shooting for the college paper. They went to Oklahoma State. So, before they graduated, they decided to put out a magazine, So they said, hey, we need to let's cover the summer and get some good coverage and put an issue out. So Texas Jam 79 was happening that year. And, Vernon, who's a great photographer, still with Jam. I mean, he's my go-to guy. He's still at Oklahoma. Anyway, he shot a famous shot of Sammy Hagar that year on June 9th, 1979, of Sammy jumping in the air wearing his Trans Am shirt.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And it was kind of funny. Remember, he told me he knew Sammy was going to do that, but he missed it a couple of times earlier that year or the year before. But he was determined to get the shot. And sure enough, when this shot came up, he was changing film. Because back then you had to kind of know how to take pictures, not like today where you just point and shoot and think you're a great photographer.
Right.
Anyway,
you're welcome.
So here he is. Here's Sammy on top of the riser, fixing to turn and jump in the air, and Vernon's struggling to get his film, and he literally took the picture without really looking at the viewfinder, and got this incredible picture that he liked so much that he sends to Sammy's people like a few months later. And it turns out Sammy ended up using it on a 45, Piece of My Heart, which Vernon found out by looking at, finding it at Peach's Records. So once he saw that he was using it, he contacts Sammy's people and said, hey, this is my picture. And he goes, oh, yeah, we're sorry. And they paid him like $3,500. And then a couple of years later, he sees it on a T-shirt, on a Winterland T-shirt. And once again, he contacts Sammy's people and gets another $5,000-$6,000. Well, then in 2010, Sammy uses it again on the book Red that came out in 2010, the back cover.
Right.
This time it didn't even have his name on it, and it had Day on the Green. So that really upset him that they called it Day on the Green when there was a Texas Jam photo, and we're all proud of that. So he got like $18,000 for that one.
Wow.
Probably could have got more, but Vernon's just too nice. He's Oklahoma boy. So Jam's been covering shows since 79, back in the day when they liked us and needed us. Now they don't need us. Everybody's social media has pretty much killed that.
Right.
Where everybody's, anybody with a camera and a blog, no offense, but
right.
You know what I'm saying? Anybody with a Facebook page,
yeah.
Hey, look at me, I'm pushing my pictures.
Right.
So now actually to me it's a different world.
Yeah.
And Jam is still around. It's got its website, its music channels. Social media is where it's at. I've got my social media people out there just pushing news so people can, like it or share it or whatever.
Right.
But it's kind of taken a back seat in many ways. I mean, a lot of the magazines have, to be honest,
Oh, yeah.
A lot of them, they don't really talk about music. They talk about politics, or they try to get people to share their BS by talking about everything but music. So it's kind of sad. Yeah. But that's where we're at today.
Do you have all your or any of your photos on a website? Have you archived any of that so people can see?
Yes and no. I mean, a lot of my stuff is still, in negative form, slide form. I mean, unless it's digital,
Right.
I'm not the type of person that likes to put something out there and say, hey, look at my photo, buy my photo, stuff like that. I've never been that kind of person. I mean, if people want to buy it, great. If they don't, that's fine too. No, so I don't have a website that showcases my photos. Now, Jam does. We have all kinds of stuff archived in the Jam on the Jam website.
Okay.
So you can find all kinds of photos from myself, Barry Bond, Vernon, who's an awesome. He still loves shooting.
Right.
He shot a couple shows this week in the Zoo Amphitheater.
I met him for the first time at the Jam tribute we
Yeah,
did
he's
over
a
at the
great
Longhorn
guy.
Ballroom.
I can't speak enough
Nice guy.
about Vernon Gowdy.
Yeah, nice
Vernon
guy.
L. Gowdy the third. I mean, the freaking guy has a long ass name.
Long.
I said, dude, come
Yeah.
on, you're from Oklahoma. You don't need that many names.
Yeah, yeah. You figured it would be Bob.
Yeah, but
So can they buy photos off the Jam magazine site or just
no.
download or?
No, they can grab what's there.
Oh, okay.
You know, like I said, we don't try to push it. You know, any of that. I mean, some of us do, some of us don't.
Be cool if you archived a bunch of that stuff.
Yeah,
that you
it
did.
just takes a lot of work to do that.
Right.
It takes a lot of work, and to be honest, we're living in a day now where people don't want to buy it; they just want to look at it and like it and grab it and share it to their friends on their phone. They don't really want to put it on the wall.
Right.
You know,
True.
I mean, it's really sad. You know, the internet has done some great things and has taken away some other things. So,
Right.
got to take the good with the bad.
Right.
I've got a lot of photos. I've actually bought a lot of photos from photographers that have died. You know, that I've been offered their collection. I've actually have some Jimi Hendrix photos on a Jimi Hendrix album that came out in 2005 called "Hear My Music." Photos were taken in 4/20 of 1969 at the Dallas Memorial Auditorium.
Wow.
And they used 2 of those photos on a Jimi Hendrix album that has my name on it, Michael Insuaste Archives. Michael
Wow.
Insuaste is my real name. Michael Javier is my AKA.
Okay.
My other Facebook page, because I get
Right.
thrown in jail so much, so I have to have 2.
Right. Right.
So yeah, I've got a lot of stuff published, stuff on books,
Right.
CDs, records, stuff like that, and it's all good. I like it. I mean, it's not the biggest thing in my life, but it's cool.
I've been to so many shows at the Dallas Memorial Auditorium. It's so many memories in that place.
Yeah, me too.
know.
That's still a great venue. They don't have too many these days.
No. No. Man, I appreciate these posters. Michael brought me these cool posters for my studio wall. He's eliminating his memorabilia collection.
Yeah.
but
now,
he-
if people want to buy some cool stuff,
Yeah, there you go.
oh, I'm all
There you
about
go.
selling.
But he brought me all these cool posters he brought. Really cool stuff to put on my studio walls. So, Michael, I really appreciate it, brother. It's freaking awesome. Now, talk about your memorabilia that you're selling.
Yeah, well, I've been collecting memorabilia since I was 15, 16 years old. I mean, I guess my first memorabilia is stealing my brother's record collection back in the early 70s, late 60s. I remember getting his Woodstock and Zeppelin and the Santana with the naked woman. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
He got that for his birthday, 1971. Yeah, I had that record.
I don't think I showed you, but okay, so I met Bobby and Nick Erkeline. This is
The cover people? Yeah.
Yeah. And so they signed my album cover.
Oh, that's
for
awesome.
me. But that's them right there. Real sweet people.
Yeah, I read the story.
Yeah, isn't it awesome?
It
good,
is awesome.
Good people, just good as gold. And they invited me up, but it was a great album. But it really means a lot now that I know them.
Oh, I bet.
But yeah.
I grew up in New York, Queens, Corona, New York.
I didn't know
and
that.
My brother, who was in 1969, August 69, I guess he was like 16, and he wanted to go to Woodstock because some of his friends were going. And
Yeah.
my dad said, "You ain't going to
No way,
Woodstock."
buddy.
3 days of peace and music, my ass.
All those damn hippies, you're not going.
But he should have went. He should have said, "You know what? You should have just said fuck that and go."
Yeah, I'm there.
Yeah, he was too much of a pussy. But he was my brother, or he is my brother, and he turned me on to a lot of cool music.
Yeah.
So when I became of age around 14, 15, I started listening to the Hendrix and all these bands subliminally that I've listened to growing up in the house.
Right.
And then of course I started liking like Van Halen and bands of that time from the '76 era, and Black Sabbath was still one of my favorites. So all that stuff. And I started collecting, actually back then without really knowing it, records and posters and little things like that to put on my wall like all the teenage kids from the 70s did.
Right.
But I guess it wasn't until like 80, 81 when I started meeting bands, with some of the connections I had
Right.
at the Agora. I met Alvin Lee was my first.
Wow. 10
guy that
years
I met.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Him being from
Wow.
Woodstock and I'm Going Home and all that. And then it was Greg Allman, the Ramones, Quiet
Right.
Riot. I mean, it was just one after another. It wasn't like are we going to try to meet them? No, we were going to meet them.
Right.
And we would meet bands all the time, hang out with them,
Right.
buy them drinks, depending on their time.
Right.
We just had the right connections.
Right.
So then that started into, getting my record signed. So now I had cool records that were signed.
Right.
And people just wouldn't believe it. They said, how did you meet all these people? And it's like, well, we just figured it out.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't until like 1988 when I decided to sell my stuff. I said, this is stupid. I'm just going to sell it.
Right.
So I would go to a record collection, show and sell my collection and have them on the wall. And people would go, there's no way you met all these people. David Bowie, Robert Plant.
Right.
Oh,
yeah, I did.
Yeah, I would whip out a photo book with all these pictures. They were like, oh,
Yeah.
my God, you did meet them all. Yeah, so, and it hasn't stopped yet. I still meet people, here
Yeah.
and there. And it's not like it used to be, but it's still fun. So I still do it, and I still sell it. It's all for the money. That's right, I sold out. I'm a sellout.
Well, let me tell you, what you do is really an art, and I've really enjoyed getting to know you and working with you on different projects. And I'm really honored that you came today and talked a little bit about what you're doing and what you've done and your art, because like I said, what you do is really there's an art to it. So, but I want people to know how they can reach out to you. Do you want to give out an email or a website or what?
Well, they could Facebook. No, a lot of my Facebook stuff's closed. Not public.
But they don't know where to go to Michael Javier, Michael Insuaste.
Good
He's
luck
in
trying to
Facebook
find
jail.
me. Yeah, no,
that's
when
right.
I'm not
He's locked up.
they can go to rockrattleandroll.com. Rockrattle, the letter N, roll.com. And they could email me at theking@rockrattleandroll.com because I am the king.
Oh, okay,
of rock
cool.
roll. That's funny because when my first daughter would see that email, they go, Daddy, you're not the king. You know that, right? I said, yes, I am. Right there. It's on my email.
It says right there.
Rockrattleandroll.com. Yeah, I created that website in 1999 because I wanted to learn the HTML.
Oh,
So I needed something
yeah.
to base it on. So I decided, well, I'll just put my rock and roll stuff up there, and it just grew. And it's basically a little business now.
Right.
I have to pay taxes on it and everything. That sucks.
Right.
But
Right.
I sell anything from autographs to ticket stubs, flyers, posters, guitars. I got a few signed guitars. Unfortunately, a lot of stuff, when you put it out to the public, it sells. So
Right.
a lot of my cool stuff is gone. But
Right.
I still have a lot of cool stuff to unload, and it'll never go on my site because it'll take a lifetime to put every freaking thing I have on my site. So
Right.
everything's alphabetized. And I sell posters. Now I'm offering to my Facebook friends who don't know I do this, and a lot of them have come to my house and bought stuff, on the down low,
Right.
discount. Because I love giving discount because a lot of the stuff I get is free or real cheap.
Right.
That's the thing. You buy low and sell high,
Right.
make a little money on the side.
Guys, if you're a collector or not, you just want some memorabilia, hit Michael up. He's got a huge collection, and he's probably got something that you might be interested in having on your wall. So definitely check him out.
That's right. My motto is, my crap could be your crap.
That's right. And when you go to the concerts, to the shows, look down front at the pit, and you may see him there with a camera or a video camera. So, Michael, thanks so much for being here this evening. I appreciate it, brother.
Thank you for having me here.
Appreciate it. So, guys, my featured cigar segment is brought to you by the Old Grapevine Cigar and Tobacco Shop located in historic downtown Grapevine, Texas. Drew Estate delivers what we've all been waiting for. Now, Drew Estate makes one of my favorite cigars, the Acid Blonde, but waiting for Undercrown Sun-Grown, the third installment of the Undercrown line. This blend is a balancing act of natural sweetness courtesy of the Sun-Grown wrapper paired with a powerhouse blend of Nicaraguan fillers. The result is a spicy and robust cigar with a long, complex finish, and it is long. Full-bodied to the brim and delectably flavorful, this smoke has received a well-deserved 92 rating. So, guys, stop by Old Grapevine Cigar and Tobacco Shop, see Denna, Kitty, or Tom, and let them make a recommendation for you. If you mention Barside Jive, you get 10% off your total purchase. They also have a large selection of pipe tobaccos if you guys are into that. Now, Denna and I are already planning our next cigar and cider event, which will be Friday evening, August 30, not the 23rd, but the 30th, from 7 to 9 p.m. So save that date. Come out and join us, Outlaw Cider's patio, and we will have some cigars and some cider and a lot of good conversation. A $20 ticket will buy you a pint of cider, a Drew Estate cigar, and an entry into our drawing. Now, in the past, we've given away a drone, which was pretty badass. We've given away a Bluetooth electronic smoker, which was pretty badass. And most recently, we gave away a humidor. So it's always good prizes. So come out, spend $20, spend the evening with us, 7 to 9 p.m. And that's coming up, what, in a couple weeks, right?
Like 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
2 weeks.
Yeah, the 30th.
The week after my eye surgery. Also, I'll be able to celebrate.
Let's hope so.
Celebrate one eye. I know. Shh. Okay, so you can get tickets through Outlaw Cider, 112 East Texas Street in Grapevine, or you can go over to kind of across the street and down just a block and go to Old Grapevine Cigar, buy tickets there, or you can get them through me. Now,
Hey, can I plug something?
you betcha.
Okay, I want to plug a couple of things. A couple of tribute acts that I'm going to be covering this weekend. On the 23rd, we have Back in Black at House of Blues with VHX, Van Halen tribute bands, and my good friends Snakeskin Cowboys are going to be opening.
Jimmy.
Jimmy's band. You know, they started that band because of my Texas Jam.
I love Jimmy.
Yeah,
I
it's a
know
great
they
band.
did. They did
Yeah.
it because you asked them.
I know. Well, you know,
Well,
I was getting him to give me advice on the show, and,
Yeah.
and I said, man, well, I wish we had a Ted Nugent tribute. And then
Right.
a couple of days later, he goes, you know, I think I can put one together. And I said, hell yeah. Anyway, they're playing the 23rd at the House of Blues. We got free tickets at jammagazine.com or, you know, somewhere. Anyway, then on the 30th, not to overlook or shadow your gig, but there is another.
Oh, wait. You can't talk about shit on the 30th because I've got you can come to the Cigar and Cider event 7 to 9, and then you can go to whatever he's going to talk about next. Shut up, Michael.
Well, a good friend of mine from Portland is coming in town. Roger Fisher, the co-founder
Roger
and
Fisher, yeah.
guitar player for Heart.
Right.
Him and his brother are coming to town. They're going to be playing with Even It Up, who's playing at the HOB.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Christy told me about that. Yeah.
It's going to be a good gig with Folk Collins.
Yeah.
Folks Collins
Folk.
and Queen, some Queen tribute bands opening up. So we'll see about that. But anyway, that's the 30th at the House of Blues. Now, the cool thing about that show is right after Even It Up gig, in the Foundation Room upstairs, they're going to have a question and answer with Mike Fisher and Roger Fisher. And it's also going to be like a record release for Roger Fisher's Heart of the Blues. And there's also going to be his whiskey there, Heart of the Blues whiskey, which is 100% rye whiskey. So it's going to be a good time. So if you can make it out to that show, after obviously you go to the smoke thing that TK's DC's doing. TKDC.
What the hell?
You guys with all your initials, you know.
What the hell?
FU,
TK.
DC.
That's a long way from DC. Jeez, yeah.
Anyway, so it's going to be a cool event. It's going to happen right after the Even It Up show. So the Even It Up will be over by 11. At 11:30, they're going to do this question and answer with Roger Fisher and Mike Fisher. So that's going to be cool.
How much more time do you need?
That's it. And that is brought to you by Gig Whore.
This is the Michael and Swaste
Gig
segment.
Whore. Hey,
We
yeah,
just
we
added
need
a
a
new
Gig
segment to
Whore
the
show.
I'll just make up shit
We
to
can-
plug.
Yes, yeah. Oh, we could definitely add a Michael and Swaste segment.
Oh,
Gig
yeah.
horse. The gig horse
The
segment.
Gig Whore segment. Yeah.
Yeah. If you have a show, I want to be on it.
You can be my first Gig Whore.
Okay.
I'll always
I don't
remember
want to
you.
be one timer. I want it like every freaking week. Are you done yet?
I'm done. That was good. Thanks for the plug.
Hey, anytime, brother.
It's
Do
not for me. It's for the people. It's for
I
the
know.
music.
No, it is for the people. You're right. And I love them too. Do not forget to check my Facebook page, facebook.com/Barside Jive Live, for my daily dose. It's every day. The dose where I discuss the national day, some rock and roll history, and anything else that comes to my mind. You can also catch my Thursday show coming up here at 7:30 p.m. Thursday, vocalnow.com. And I host original singer-songwriters as well as the Tipsy Gypsy. And after all my live shows, each and every one of them, they are archived on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Barside Jive Live. Then make sure to catch my Sunday Barside Jive Live Rewind.
Jeez, all the plugs.
I've got I got a lot of shit going on. Seriously. No wonder I'm always exhausted. Remember that vocalnow.com is home to the zoo as well as Barside Jive, and I'd play Zulu for you, but I can't because my computer's all froze. Jay.
Insert elephant sound here.
Yeah, Jay. Jay. He probably went home.
Yeah, thanks, Jay.
Yeah,
I just got back from picking something up real quick.
yeah, I
What were
figured you
saying?
went to go eat.
Shit's broken again.
Yeah, the computer's like completely froze up.
No, it's working. It's working fine. You need to have clearer eyes.
Jay, it has nothing to do with my eyes. It's the freaking screen. Nothing will minimize, maximize the whole screen. Why are we having this conversation on air? We're live. Okay, so the zoo as well as Barside Jive, simply check the Barside Jive folder in the entertainment area. So download the app, vocalnow.com, and you can just get everything Barside Jive or the zoo or Fuzzbox or even Brad Sham's on there, guys. Brad freaking Sham. Whether you create music or some other form of art or would like to advertise or sponsor one of my shows, or you just like to reach out and say hello, it's dc@barsidejive.com.
Gig whore.
My show today is also brought to you by Hip and Hippie. Hip and Hippie is a planet-loving company known for its high-quality, earth-friendly, 100% recyclable candle line and natural body care products. It's no wonder eco-supporting people love Hip and Hippie. hipandhippie.com. Gig whore. Thanks to Bre.
Not a gig whore.
Not only for being the Tipsy Gypsy, but for being our photographer tonight.
Yeah, you're welcome. That point and shoot bullshit.
We are always looking for amazing photographers that like to work in a live studio show environment for free. So give me a shout if interested. Thanks to Jay and Jimmy, our production team.
Yeah, thanks, Jay.
Yeah, thanks, Jay. Big eye. Insert eye roll here.
Are we sure there's no cake in that box?
Jay,
Yeah, I saw it.
did you go pick up some tacos during our show?
Yeah, just went shopping. Went to QT.
Yeah. Did you get any tacos with no tomatoes, or they got tomatoes on them?
Oh, do you not like tomatoes?
I try to scratch the tomatoes. I like them, but they got lectins in them.
Do you like pico de gallo?
I do, but I don't eat it because of lectins.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. If you don't eat the seeds or the skin, you're okay.
He's just going to tell you there's tomatoes on it, so he doesn't have to share.
I do love tomatoes. I got to get something to eat. My parting thought is this. Tip your server.
Yeah.
Return your shopping cart. Pick up some freaking trash. Hold the door for somebody. Let somebody else in your lane of traffic. Because small acts of kindness, they have a ripple effect. That's how we can affect change in this world. One little ripple at a time. So, guys, we were out of here, and Jay's going to push the freaking cancel button to terminate our show because I can't. My screen's froze. But anyway, thanks a lot for being here. Be kind to one another. Keep it real. Keep on rocking. See you next Thursday.
Gig whore.
No, Tuesday.
Well, but we're on Thursday.
No, this is Tuesday.
I know, but we are on Thursday.
Oh, yeah. I think we're done.
That's a great show.
Make sure you're quiet during the outro.
Gig whore.
Gig whore.
That's a cheap plug.
Now we're done. Thanks, Jay. What a great job, Jay. I'm going to go out and celebrate.